Hi there, Chris here with a little bit of a review for you guys here. We're going to take a look at the new Citadel app that just dropped today as of the 16th of September 2017. And so basically I think this, I was talking about this today in my Way of the Brush show, and basically I think this is a really fantastic app for a lot of new and possibly intermediate people. Some advanced might find it interesting because maybe you've ever wondered, what particular colors were used in a particular color scheme that you saw. Maybe, you commission painting service and, you want to emulate exactly what you're seeing as far as what the color scheme is concerned, as far as emulating whatever Games Workshop Citadel's producing, as far as what you're seeing in the codexes, on the website and what have you. And so here we have the app, and I gotta say, this thing is pretty good. It installed pretty darn fast. You can get this both on App Store and Google. I think there's another third one option as well. You can get this app, but this is the official Games Workshop app. This is a lot of fun. Getting started basically just gets you through, just laying down some of the techniques and everything like that. It gives you a quick little description. It also links off to some of the videos. If you click on a little thing here, it tells you this and that. Of course, it gives you a little video. You just click on the little link there, right in the center of the option there. Some of the some of the options here, obviously you click into a link, but I think it's very, very cool. I think it's very, very straightforward for a lot of people. I like that it gives you these brushes here, but I think I'd like to like brushes to give you a bit of an explanation as to what brushes really would be good for what particular kind of jobs. And I think we'll probably see more of that from, from like the video production from Warhammer TV. We'll probably see more of that in the future, more explanation as far as what brushes should be used for what particular tasks. We already kind of see it now, but a lot of times we often see just the same brushes being used, whereas Citadel offers quite a few brushes in their line, and so you can see like they have all these different ones. And I mean, like, you can go through and like look all these different options. And again, as I mentioned before, like as a new person, this is a really fantastic thing. It makes life a lot easier for a lot of people. The fantastic one I really like here is you get all these different variations on colors, everything from flesh, bone, silver, gold, white, gray, black, brown, purple, blue, turquoise, green, yellow, orange, pink, and red. You get all these different colors, and you click on a link to a color, and it gives you the variations of the color that you want to play with: scarlet, bright red, dark red, and red. And of course, it gives you a faction color as well, Blood Angel's armor. Now, it'd be nice if they offer a little bit more faction colors, and I imagine with maybe further updates, they probably will. But what the part that I really, really enjoyed about this is that in the upper right, you can see in the upper right, or over there, upper right, you can see the little camera. And when you turn the camera on, you get here, you can see my mouse pad here, and this is by no endorsement of these little things here, but let's click on the color there. Bang. Nope. Let's go with bang. Come on, give me the color. Now let's click that point. It's very sensitive as to where you touch on your screen. And so I'm going to touch this little light purple there, and you can see it changes to that thing. I can click find matches, and there we go. Internal organs and dark purple. So they already have a color swatch that's already approximate to that. And according to like the values I was looking at, it was more like internal organs. So let's click it. And of course it gives you the basic layout. And if you're going to layer the colors on, you can go Screamer Pink as your base coat. You shade with Druchii Violet, do an edge highlight with Pink Horror, and do an edge highlight with Kislev Flesh. Very simple process, very consistent with how Citadel and Games Workshop are laying out how to produce paint jobs for their models and such, right? And so I think that's really, really cool. And now you'll notice on the right-hand side of each of the colors, there's a check mark. That's for when you go through your little list of what colors you currently own, and you can see, well, I can do this particular color because I'll be having it on the check. And of course, with the star, it's for your wish list. And you can, of course, that's for obviously the colors that you don't have. The other fun part is that with the layer, you can go click it onto dry brush, and you can see how you can achieve that kind of look by dry brushing. Base coat it with Screamer Pink, hit it with Druchii Violet, and then a quick little dry brush of Eldar Flesh. And that gives you that approximate value. And I think that's really fantastic. So if you've ever, looked at somebody's color scheme on their models, and if you have this app, all you got to do is go, start up the little camera function, click on that little color. Now, of course, it does matter on what kind of camera is on your phone, and also the lighting conditions as well. That was kind of something that Steve had mentioned to me as well. Would it give you the same if you looked, at a particular color under, this lighting, and as opposed to daylight, would it give you the same result? And of course, it's not going to give you the same result. It's going to give you an approximate result. But I mean, still, if you're at a convention and you see somebody's color scheme and you're like, wow, that looks really great. How'd you achieve that particular kind of blue? You just open your little app up here and click that little swatch, and bang, you'll pull it up really fast. I really think this is fantastic. Let's go with another one here. I'm just really quickly here. This is just too much fun. Here is a little battery pack here, and I'm curious to see what kind of orange that is. Bang, let's see. That's the kind of orange we're looking at there. And the matches. Oh, it's orange. it's straight up orange. And so to find that particular blend is just it's Jacura orange, shade with Fugan orange, layer with Troll Slayer orange, and edge with Fire Dragon Bright. And bang, you can see the little. They use these little backpacks as their little examples of what what it'll look like, right? But it's kind of fun. I mean, like this app, as far as for beginners, this is fantastic. For intermediates, it's kind of interesting. For really advanced people, I still think there's some value to it. And of course, this thing's free, so I mean, like, why not, right? I mean, here, dry brush, look at Jacura orange, Kindle Flame, and then hit it with some Fugan orange and get a similar result. And of course, when you're layering and base and dry brushing, you have your differences in there, but that's obviously a different story. And of course, you can also look by paint by miniature. And now here's another fantastic one for a lot of people. Now, this isn't for, cover every instance, but as this product is updated and such, we might see more things happening. But let's say, for example, like a Blood Angel Intercessor. You know what I mean? Like, we got black Blood Angel's armor, gold gunmetal, magenta, blue, and parchment. So let's have a look at, let's have a look at the Blood Angel's armor. Now, this is probably already covered in that other section there, but you give it a Mephiston red, shade it with Agrax Earthshade, edge with Evil Sun Scarlet, and Fire Dragon Bright. And that's how they achieve that particular look. If you're going to go by layering, and if you're going to go by dry brushing, it gives you another great Mephiston red, Agrax Earthshade, Asterath red with your dry brush. And look at that, and you get a similar result. Like you can look at the two; they're not exactly the same, but they're pretty darn close. I mean, the two different techniques are going to give you two different results. But I mean, for a lot of people, dry brushing is often seen as a big introduction type of technique, but it's equally difficult to master. But I mean, I think this is fantastic. It breaks it down. You can just click gunmetal, lead, belcher, non-oil, Stormhold silver, and bang, you're done. You. For anybody out there, now, of course, it would be great to see all the Space Marine chapters. It would be great to see all the Chaos Marines, all the different Tyranid color schemes. But, I mean, like, there's a lot here. And, I mean, like, if you're looking and it's like, well, I like the way, the Iron Sun's brutes are done. I like that particular green, but I don't like that on, the Orc Flesh. I want to see that on a Space Marine. Well, you can just click the drab green. Look at it. It's Death World Forest, the Thornian Camo shade, Elysian green, and Ogren Camo. And it's going to give you that kind of green. And of course, they give it to you on this little backpack, as you can see it on a different kind of, a basic different color kind of swatch, which I think is fantastic. And it goes through a whole bunch of examples here, like of going through different things. And I mean, it's pretty comprehensive as far as, getting some ideas as far as what you want to see. Next one is the base paints, doing the different techniques for doing your base. And I mean, these are all by Citadel products. I mean, like, to go with this one here is Sterling Battlemire. Of course, I'm getting notifications here. Awesome. Thanks, buddy. Get lost. Shade with non-oil gloss, and then Tyrant Skull to get that particular look. Martian Soil. Look at this one. Martian Iron Crust, Rise of Rust, Tyrant Skull, and that's how you're going to get that particular look. I think these are all really fantastic. And then, of course, the final little entry here is the inventory and wish list. And I think this is the super handy part for a lot of new people out there, especially as they're starting out their collection of paints. Because you buy a box set, or you inherit a collection of paints from a friend, or you're just going through and you're buying paints, and then you can click your little checklist of paints you have. If you see a color scheme you like, you can quickly see on this if you have the colors available, and of course you click your wish list for all the paints that you don't have. And if they're on, you know, if you have, you know, particular color scheme, and all of a sudden you see the paints are for the wish list, you say, well, I got to go out and get that paint now. And I think this is a fabulous idea. You can have, so you got your inventory, and then of course you have your wish list. Of course, inventory, I haven't gone through and collected everything. This is, I'm making this video the day of this release, but I mean, it's got all the Citadel colors. It's got the dries, the edges, the shade washes, the metallics. All the colors are there. I imagine the entire paint range is already here, and it's all ready to go. Now, I mean, this app is free, so like, why not? And if you're brand new to the hobby, I think this is going to really help you out. If you're intermediate to this hobby, I still think this is very handy. And if you're a regular pro or commission painting service or what have you, I still think this has some value. And I mean, it's free, so, you know, why not download it, give it a try? I mean, if you're always curious about how they got that particular value of, you know, for Space Marines armor or the Tyranid, you know, armor or what have you, I mean, it's all right there. I mean, it's pretty darn good. It gives you a pretty good indication which paints go when, in what order, and I think it's a fabulous little app, and I think I would definitely recommend it, especially for anybody who's new or intermediate. Definitely get this app, and I love that little color pick function. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think it's going to help people who, you know, see other people's paint jobs because they see, you know, particular color mix, and you know what I mean, and it'll give them the ability to try and figure out, you know, how to do it. And I think this is fantastic, and I think this is right up everybody's alley. I definitely would recommend this for everybody. And yeah, so that's a quick little review on the Citadel Paint app. Hopefully you guys found this somewhat informative. Give a comment, like, subscribe, and all that goodness, and I'll see you guys in the next video.